I had just parked my car on our quiet town square, right next to the bus stop that Greyhound has there. As I pushed on the handle, I heard a loud roar. Someone in a Charger almost took off my door. An old man was sitting there close to the stop. He was looking at me and he saw my jaw drop. I said, "Young, dumb kid," and then shook my head. I thought he'd agree, but what happened instead was he reached in his pockets, and that's when he said, "You don't have to be young to be dumb. I have ample examples, I'll give you some. There are schools for fools, and I'm an alum. You don't have to be young to be dumb." Now I learned long ago not to talk to a stranger, but looking at him I perceived little danger. He was small, neatly dressed, had a cane and a beard. He looked wise, well-intentioned, and not to be feared. So I sat down beside him to hear what he'd say. He said, "I once was not as you find me today. I retired well-heeled with a new car like yours, then made stupid mistakes and became rather poor. My first error arose from my greediest dream. I lost my IRA to a big Ponzi scheme whose aggressive young managers used all their tricks to abscond to Crimea and leave me with nicks. And I first learned this lesson, and I hope that it sticks. You don't have to be young to be dumb. There are ample examples for learning from. There are schools for fools, and I'm an alum. You don't have to be young to be dumb." My second mistake was to drive my new car to the louche part of town and a louche singles bar, where a lovely young lady began to awaken some feelings I thought that I had long forsaken. She said that she hoped that a man so mature could bear with a girl young and foolish as her. She said she adored men with hair silver gray. She giggled in an irresistible way. I bought a few rounds. Then she asked for a ride, and so, arm in arm, we both staggered outside. I thought, "Young dumb kid," as she reached in her purse. Then I learned that the truth could be something much worse. She sprayed both of my eyeballs with something like mace. I dropped my car keys. My hands went to my face. She had some heavy object she used on my head. She took wallet and car keys, and then off she sped. And just before flooring it, here's what she said: "You don't have to be young to be dumb. I've seen ample examples. You're one of them. This is school for a fool. Now you're an alum. You don't have to be young to be dumb." So now I'm obliged to work out in the street and do some odd jobs just to make my ends meet. Wherever I go, I make these same confessions and teach other people these valuable lessons. Don't trust to appearances. They can deceive. Be careful about what and whom you believe. Just getting older won't make you a sage. When you judge other people, forget about age. The poor old man sighed as he finished his story, then asked me to show him to a lavatory. We walked off the square and turned into the alley, where my part of the story came to its finale. As we entered the alley, he touched his old face, where his silver beard slipped just a bit out of place. He looked quickly around, and then to my surprise, he pulled out a small bottle and sprayed both my eyes as I sputtered. He walloped my head with his cane. I went down to the ground in a puddle of pain. He gave me a kick and he said to me, "Sonny, give me car keys and wallet, 'cause I need the money." And I thought to myself as I got up on one knee, you don't have to be young to be dumb. There are ample examples, I'm one of them. There's a school for a fool, now I'm summer come. You don't have to be young to be dumb. You don't have to be young to be dumb.